Morning. So this morning I just felt inspired to share something that just kept going through my thoughts last night and made me smile. So here it is. The Grand Old Duke of York, he had 10,000 men. He marched them up to the top of the hill and he marched them down again. And when they were up, they were up. And when they were down, they were down. And when they were only halfway up, they were neither up nor down. So when I was little, I loved the Grand Old Duke of York. I loved the idea of marching up and down. It stood out to me. And the awareness, because I quite like analogies and linking kind of these things that we that become a bit more tangible when we have a vision or a something. So if you imagine the Grand Old Duke of York, he is the mind and he has 10,000 men. They are the thoughts. And the mind marches the thoughts to the top of the hill and the mind marches them down again. And when they're up, you know, that we feel good, we feel bright, we feel vibrant. And when the mind marches the thoughts down, we feel down and heavy and pretty rubbish. And when we're in the middle, we're neither up nor down, we're fine. We're fine. So the vision, and I wish I had, sometimes I wish I had, you know, like a cable that could give a printout of the vision that goes with it, but I don't. And so the vision is of, you know, the Grand Old Duke of York being, you know, being the leader, being the mind, and his 10,000 men being the thoughts and the follower. And as he's going up and down, we get waves. It leaves a wave. So as he's marching and the men are following, we end up with a wave. And when he's in the middle, then we're not fluctuating. There's no wave. We're not creating ripples. And so in our lives, the Grand Old Duke of York is happily, our mind is happily taking our thoughts up and down. And, you know, our energetic system is, you know, in this wave as the mind goes up and down. And in the practice, when we do the meditation practice, and I talk about, you know, stilling the mind, and because it's that center, being in your center. So when we're in our center, the mind it's not active, it's not fluctuating, it's not taking us up and down. The energetic field is much more stable, and from that stability we can observe much better because we've got this platform to observe from. Whereas when the mind is fluctuating, there's no stillness, there's no bigger picture, we're not staying there. So that's my sharing for today. You know, the Grand Old Duke of York and the mind taking us up and down. But if we can, you know, if we can be the, I don't know what's above the Grand Old Duke, the general, whoever, can ask the Duke to just stay still. Just stay still. Because when we're up there, we don't mind. We don't mind the energy of being excited, feeling the joys. But when we're down there, then a whole other story. And, interesting enough, much harder to go uphill, it's much harder to go upstairs, much easier to come downstairs. And the other vision that I had this morning was, you know, the general, the mind, marching down the stairs, but then like some kind of booby trap where there's, you know, like where the stairs just become a slide and we just slide bang down to the bottom. And then if the booby trap's not working and they don't become stairs again, very hard, unless somebody throws you a rope. I could go on, couldn't I? But anyway, quite a nice analogy. So, you know, then I thought sometimes we do just have what I am now terming Grand Old Duke of York days. Grand Old Duke of York days where they just go, you know, up and down until you become conscious, of where those thoughts are going, whether those thoughts are going uphill or downhill. And then there's an ability to stop the wave being like this, and then it flattens out and becomes like that. So another thought is that when you know, when we come across the idea of, I'll just have to learn to surf, learn to ride the waves, you know, and maybe that's that initial step as you become more conscious that life is just going up and down, and actually you're just going to have to learn to surf, and then mastering the waves, so not creating the huge waves, learning gently and slowly but surely how to lessen those waves, how to to stop the big peaks and troughs. Okay, there we are, the Grand Old Duke of York. So yeah, let's hope you don't have a Grand Old Duke of York day.